Welcome back, Sunday Society, to week
Hello.
9
Yes.
of our Battle of the Karens.
Week 9.
We are over halfway there,
Yes.
and these stories are really bringing me down. These stories suck. Some of them that have revenge are like, great,
Yeah.
but some of them I'm just like, oh my gosh, people like this really exist in the world.
Yeah.
So, let's jump into it.
Okay.
Grab your coffee or Gatorade.
Or nothing, because
Or
I forgot
nothing.
a drink today.
Get comfy and let's take back Sunday.
I don't have any fun things today.
I have a fun, hot take, kind of, like a controversial thing.
I love it.
But I have a
Let's go.
question. I didn't send you the TikTok on purpose because I wanted to blindside
Okay.
you and get your
Okay.
opinion with no, prep time. So,
Okay.
yay. Have you seen the lady on TikTok who is talking about princess treatment? Have you
No.
seen that trend at all?
No.
Okay, so basic rundown of the premise of princess treatment is that your husband does everything for you. To the extreme where you don't even, when you go into a restaurant, you don't speak to anybody until he comes in and he tells them the name of the reservation.
Wonderful. I don't have to talk to anybody.
So this person is getting a lot of backlash because the way that she's portraying this is that the women must submit to the man. And it's not necessarily like a choice. In that if you don't do it, then you're not feminine. Like you're not embracing your femininity or whatever. So I'm kind of like you where I'm like, shoot, let it happen. I don't care. Like that would be wonderful if I didn't have to make decisions, if I didn't have to do anything. But part of me is also like there was a story that she was telling when the waiter comes to the table, you don't even look at the waiter and acknowledge them, like to tell them what you want to drink or to eat. The man does it for you. And I read through some of the comments and some of the people are like, if I were I am a waitress, and if that were the encounter I had, I would be suspicious that you were being abused or held captive because it's just not the norm, you know? So I was just curious what you thought. I personally love the idea that a man is chivalrous and takes the lead and will open the car door, will open the restaurant door, will handle everything. I also value my independence and my ability to look at a waiter and say, I'd like a sweet tea, please, and not have to just look at my husband like, are you going to order for me? That's kind of the impression that she gave. So I was just curious.
I have a couple of questions before I answer. So what is the intention behind that process?
What do you
Does
mean?
she explain why?
She just wants to be her most feminine self.
I mean, if she wants that,
yeah,
do you?
Yeah, she it's a choice for her.
Yeah.
From what she says. I don't know. She could be held captive by this man who's making her tell these things.
I mean, if I was able to stay at home and not have to work and not have to talk to people and do all the things, I think that would be amazing for a few days.
Yeah.
I enjoy being my own person, and I enjoy choosing what I want and voicing my opinions. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. If you don't know,
I am completely okay with letting my husband take the lead, although he doesn't do that very often. I think we kind of just are teammates, so he doesn't really take the lead with things. Typically, we're communicating.
There's no lead.
Yeah, there is no lead. We're just walking together. Yeah. But there are times where I would be completely okay with him taking the lead.
Yeah.
I've seen TikToks where women are like, just me walking through the airport, because my husband has everything planned, and I'm like, what universe?
What? Right, that's a unicorn. That is not a real man. No offense,
don't have to worry about anything. I'm like, that is not. I'm the planner. I'm the executor, which sounds like, but I'm the executor. I make sure that everybody's taken care of. And so, yeah, I mean, that sounds amazing to me. Princess treatment.
Yeah.
As long as it's a respect, like there's respect, mutual respect. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
do you, if you want your husband or partner to call all the shots and you are, you know, submitting to him in that way because he takes care of your every need. I get that. I mean,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of like 50 Shades for me.
It kind of does, right?
Yeah. Which I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, if it's like you said, there's mutual respect and it's a mutual decision.
Mm-hmm.
And I also want to add on to that as long as that woman is not making other women who don't follow that same mindset feel like they are any less than.
Yeah. I understand what she is saying about that being like, that's the way that you can be your most feminine self.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you can be feminine and also make choices.
Yeah.
And have
there's
a job.
There's another part that I forgot to tell you about.
Okay.
She also says that when you're at restaurants or in public, you are not to be loud or bring attention to yourself. You can't laugh loudly. You can't tell funny jokes to get other people to look at you because the attention should all be on your husband. I was like, well, I'm out on that one because I'm so loud.
Well, that is definitely, I think the intention probably goes back to like in the bedroom. Like all of that on the outside of the bedroom contributes to what happens in the bedroom.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
It's just, yeah.
Because there are people that's
their thing. They really like it, and that's fine.
Yeah.
We don't shame people for that.
Anybody.
Do you?
I
as long
just
as
have
respect.
A mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
I talk back. I talk back. I have an attitude and I have opinions, and Zach knows that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm one of those women that would have been lobotomized in the 50s.
But like Zach also wouldn't want the attention on him 24/7. He would die.
Yeah, he'd be like, oh, I hate this.
Yeah.
So that was my fun little, you know. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
I'd be interested to hear what everyone else kind of thinks about that too.
Yeah. What do you think about Diddy? Is that not crazy? Like, obviously, we weren't in the courtroom, and I didn't follow the case like I did with other cases, but I just was like, wow, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed in the outcome. I listened to the podcast, The Prosecutors, and it's two prosecuting attorneys who talk and give their advice or feedback, whatever. And they were talking about how the decision to charge him with racketeering was really risky because that is such an incredibly hard thing to prove.
Yeah.
And that they could have gone in so many other directions with the charges.
Yeah.
And these were federal charges. So it's like there were all of these state level crimes that the federal government was like, you know what, we're just going to sweep all this, take it, and try to get a charge, I guess. And it just didn't stick.
I did see his bail got revoked. Like they weren't going to let him out.
That's good.
Yeah.
So. Like and so that's what they were talking about too, is that he will likely stay in jail until sentencing. And he's been in prison now for 10 months, I think they said. So it'll be about 12 months by the time sentencing comes around. So he's already going to have a year that he has served. Mm-hmm. And that's going to count towards his sentencing.
And
they're not expecting
I feel like it should.
Well, yeah, but they're not expecting his sentence to be more than 5 years.
Yeah.
And it's like the horrific things that he did to women and the way that it could be explained that it was consensual is deplorable because there are so many things that those women did not consent to.
Yeah.
They didn't. And I heard they were saying, well, the women didn't leave. Clearly whoever is saying that has never been in a situation like that because
we all know. Well, we don't all know. I know, and you know that the scariest point is when you do leave.
Yeah. Well, and if you're at these parties, these women are being paid to do this. But if they were to leave, I'm sure that there were great threats against their lives. And
probably from the person that is pimping them out. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, like, you're going to get beat up and, treated horrible. And
this man's famous. So if you're trying to make a career, if you're trying to move up in this world, your name's going to be blacklisted. And it's just not, it's not as simple as they could have left. It is not that simple. And I shared something today on Facebook, like, this is why women don't come forward with their stories. All these people All these women came forward as witnesses against this man who did these horrific things, and none of it mattered.
Yeah.
None of it mattered.
Did he ever get in trouble for the physical assault that they found on the hotel camera?
I'll have to look. I was trying to listen last night.
Because I feel like
to
that
see if the state
is clear, black and white.
Yeah.
Literally, you can see it on the camera.
I think that she did press charges against him, but it was probably settled out of court to avoid a trial.
Yeah. I was just curious. Anyway.
Yeah. So that's got me. So many things have me so amped up right now. I'm just angry.
Yeah.
And it all stems from this horror. Oh, I can't even talk, and I'm so mad. Don't edit that. I want everyone to hear how angry I am.
Okay.
I am just disgusted at the behavior of certain people in this community.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's all I'm going to say on that, because
lawyers,
slander and stuff.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. So let's jump into a Karen story.
Okay.
We'll talk about Karens that we can talk about because their names have been changed.
Yes.
So what do you have for me, ma'am?
So this one is from Reddit, and it is me Insto 22 had my first encounter with a Karen. It's a long story.
Oh, buckle up.
I have worked in the hotel industry for 42 years. Wow.
42?
42 years. There is little that I have not experienced. However, in all of that time, I have not encountered a true Karen.
Dang.
That is until a few nights ago. You were lucky.
Right?
In 42 years, you were lucky that you did not. Okay. I have been dealing with this woman for the past month, getting all the reservations sorted out and attached to her group block, assigning rooms to accommodate mobility issues and to make sure that they were all close together, etc. She was always pleasant on the phone. In person, she showed her true colors.
They always do.
Yeah. Sit back and enjoy while I tell you my story. First encounter happened at check-in. The hotel I work at is a small resort town in Southern Oregon. Due to a really bad fire a couple years ago, there is no affordable housing, and as of a consequence of that, a very small labor force. So I was at the desk by myself, working my way through the line of people. Karen comes in, sees the line, and immediately comes to the desk and starts pounding on the counter.
Just skips everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh.
Karen. This is what Karen says. You need to get someone up here to check me in. This is ridiculous. Me, I'm sorry. I'm the only one here, but I will get to you as quickly as possible. The GM was here, but was handling the phone so I could not focus, so that I could focus on check-ins. Karen, you had better hurry. I won't stand here all day. Okay. It took me just under 4 minutes to get through the 5 people in front of her.
Wow.
Yeah, impressive.
Efficient, right?
Impressive. Me, I'm sorry for keeping you waiting. Can I get your last name, please? Karen, you know who I am. Me, sorry, ma'am, but I don't. Karen, I've only been talking to people daily for the past month since you effed up my reservations. It was actually her fault she didn't tell her group to ask for the group block. This let me know exactly who she was. Oh, you must be Karen. Yes, I called her Karen. Sorry, I mean Kathy. We then completed the check-in and she went to her room. Of course, there's more. It wouldn't be a true Karen experience with only one interaction. The phone rings. I answer it. Karen, how am I supposed to get a drink of water or brush my teeth? There is a tap in your bathroom, ma'am. Karen, am I supposed to put my head in the sink and drink from the tap? Me, no, ma'am. There are coffee cups and glasses on top of the microwave. Karen, I don't have a microwave in my room. Me, all of our rooms have refrigerators and microwaves. Karen, mine doesn't. Me, it does. You need to close the bathroom door. Sound of the bathroom door closing and click. She hangs up.
Hateful lady.
Yeah. A few minutes go by and she calls again. Karen, I need a king-size pillow. Me, we only have standard size. Karen, your website says you have a pillow menu. Which is crazy.
What?
Yeah. Me, we had one prior to COVID, but now we only have standard polyfill and feather pillows. Karen, bring me 6 feather pillows. Me, all of our feather pillows are in use. Karen, you just said you have them. Me, no ma'am, I said they were on the menu, not that we had any available. Click again.
Oh, this lady.
A couple of hours go by. Karen, someone is going to come into my room. Me, someone is trying to get into your room. I'll send security up immediately. Karen, are you dense? That's not what I said. Me, did you mean you have a guest coming? I can add their name to the computer so that they can get a key. Karen, you really are stupid. I said someone is going to come into my room. By this time, she is screaming. Me, I can assure you that no one will be given a key to your room unless you authorize it. Karen, including housekeeping? Me? Housekeeping? Housekeeping will only enter your room to clean if the do not disturb sign is not on the door. Karen, finally, she gets it. Me, I'm not sure that I do.
I am not sure that
I don't either.
Karen knows what she's talking about.
Why don't you explain it to me? Karen says, there is no do not disturb sign in the room. Duh.
Oh my God.
Me.
Lady.
Oh, my apologies. I have some available at the front desk. Or Karen interrupts. I'm not coming all the way down there to get something that should have been here already. Me. Yes, ma'am. It should have been there, but I was about to say I will be happy to put one on your door as I leave in a few minutes. And once again, she hangs up on me. This is getting to be longer than I expected, so I'll summarize the remaining incidents.
Good Lord.
1. She berated the engineer because the bulbs in her room were too cool. 2. Yelled at the breakfast attendant because the air conditioner in the breakfast room was turned off, claiming that it was illegal. It was 45 degrees outside and much too cool for an air conditioner.
It was illegal.
Mm-hmm. 3. Yelled at the night auditor at 3 a.m., demanding that she call a manager so she can complain about these issues. Once the auditor called me and Karen realized it was me, she demanded the owner's phone number. I don't even know his name, much less have a way to contact him. 4, threw a comforter at a housekeeper claiming that it was covered in urine stains. It wasn't.
Oh my gosh.
5, yelled at the AM at FDA regarding dust on the fireplace mantle in the lobby. It was clean. I could continue. There were many more encounters, but I think I've taken enough of your time. I'll just finish up with one last incident. She emailed the GM this morning specifically to complain about me, saying that I was rude, incompetent, and just plain stupid and should be fired immediately. I'm happy to report that my wonderful GM called her and told her that while the rest of her wonderful family were welcome to come back anytime, she was now on a DNR list and not allowed back. He then hung up on her.
Amen. Thank goodness.
Yes.
Somebody put her in her place. And she probably didn't learn anything.
Yeah.
She probably didn't learn a single thing.
Could you imagine being so mad your entire vacation over dust on a mantle?
Silly things. None of that mattered.
And it must be a nice enough place. They have a pillow menu. I've never heard of that.
I haven't either. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Anyway, most hotels I have don't even have room service.
Right? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay. Well, switching from Hotel Karen to Barnes & Noble Karen.
Oh, that just sounds like the biggest Karen.
So the title of this is Karen tries to reserve twice the seats at Barnes & Noble. Not on my watch, Karen.
Can you reserve seats at Barnes & Noble?
I have no idea. Apparently so.
Okay.
My local Barnes & Noble in Texas is not that large. The cafe has seating for about 30 tops, most of those at 6 to 7 tables away from the window. We also only have one counter across from the barista station with seats for 4. The counter is immediately to the left as soon as you enter the cafe area. These are close to the window and are coveted seats if you can't get a table alongside the window. Being a Barnes & Noble nerd, I always know when to show up and get a good table close to the windows. I managed to snag one of those tables, as always, with the window to my right, the counter seating directly in front of me, and the register serving area to my right. I was happy to get a window side table, as I often cannot, and not have to sit at the counter with its 4 stools. As I was enjoying my coffee and magazines, I forget that they have coffee in Barnes & Noble. I haven't been in a Barnes & Noble in probably a decade or more. Anyway, as I was enjoying my coffee and magazines, I noticed that the 4 stools at the counter were only half occupied. There was a tallish 50-something blonde and her 17-ish daughter 2 stools away. Trouble is, they had plopped their clothing backpacks on the other stools as to take up 4 stools instead of the 2 they needed. The daughter was perusing the store and wasn't even using her seat, but the mom had them taken with backpacks and a purse to save them. I actually saw a couple come in and were denied a seat at the counter due to the mom telling those seats were occupied story. When daughter eventually returned, mom seemed to celebrate her victory with her. After the second time I saw this happen, I put away my magazines and decided to have some fun. When a third couple came in and were driven away from Karen, I smiled and waved them over. I offered them my seat. I was taking up one seat at a 4-man table. And after they sat, I explained to them what was going on. They were a little put out by being denied a decent seat at the counter and took my advice. They walked the 10 feet back to the counter and pulled out the stools, only to be told by Mom those seats were taken. They plopped their butts in those seats anyway, and, I'm assuming, told Mom they'd be happy to move when the owner returned. Mom indignantly took the backpacks and purse from the left 2 seats and pouted for a while, looking around. Daughter came back and a smallish argument ensued, the couple offering to move when others came by to reclaim their seats. Mom was very put out and was angry that her scam was not working. She wound up putting both backpacks and daughter's purse on her 2 seats, and the couple ignored her and enjoyed their coffees. Naturally, she left soon after. The couple turned around and gave me a smile and a thumbs up. I responded with devil horns. So, not the worst Karen story on the planet, but still,
I feel like the other lady might be a little bit of a Karen.
Maybe.
Maybe just a little.
Maybe they were both a little, out of line. Like
Karen
that person
battles Karen.
There you go. A literal battle of the Karens within our battle.
Okay, so this one is the vegan crusader next door, Karen.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, so let me tell you a story about my neighbor, Karen. Now, I know when you hear her name, you probably think you've got a pretty good idea of what's coming, but trust me, Karen is a different kind of Karen. You see, no. Karen's got a mission.
Oh, not a mission.
A mission that involves saving the world one person and one pet at a time.
Oh.
You know, those people who are passionate about something, the ones who can't let you live your life without reminding you of their perfect way of doing things? Yeah, Karen's one of those. For the last 9 years, Karen has been on a crusade, a vegan crusade. Not just for herself, but her entire family. Husband, kids, you name it, vegan, 100%, you better believe it. So picture this. A couple of years ago, I'm minding my own business at home when my neighbor's kids come over. They come to play with my kids, but it's always the same thing. Every time I open the fridge, they're eyeing my steak or the cheese I got in the drawer, or God forbid, my burgers.
Not the steak.
And you know what they do? They try to sneak some when no one's looking. They'd wait until I wasn't paying attention, then sneak bites of stuff they've been forbidden to eat at home. At first, I thought maybe it's just a phase, but no, it was more than that. They were obsessed with my meat-heavy meals, and to be honest, what kid doesn't love a juicy steak? My meat-heavy meals.
They were obsessed.
I love meat, but that meat-heavy.
Just the thought, yeah, it's like, oh, goodness.
But Karen knew. She knew exactly what was going on, and every time I'd see her, she'd give me this look like she could smell the steak on me. And she'd give me these long, judgmental speeches about the cruelty of eating meat, how it was destroying the planet, and how my kids would grow up with bad habits just like me. I'd nod politely, but inside I'd think, you do you, Karen. I'm good over here. Then came the day when it all reached a new level. I'm standing at the door when Karen walks up, and this time was different. She wasn't here to judge me for my cheeseburgers. Nope, she had something new to say. She looks me dead in the eye and tells me, no demands, that I need to feed my cat vegan food.
What?
Yeah.
Come on. Your cat eats poop, I'm sure.
She tells me I'm killing my cat with meat-based food, that it's inhumane to feed my cat anything that wasn't plant-based. I stared at her completely stunned.
That's shocking.
I didn't know whether to laugh or to call animal control. I did know that I wasn't about to be lectured by someone who thought cats could survive on tofu and quinoa. So I politely told her, mind your business, Karen. Cats need meat to survive. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think they do. I think that's like their most important part of their meal, but who knows?
Yeah,
but
I've
of
never
course,
heard of a vegan
if you have a vegan cat, let me know how that works. But of course, that was just the beginning.
Oh my gosh, of course it was.
A couple days later, I'm sitting at home and I see a package sitting on my porch, and it's a box from Amazon. I opened it, and sure enough, it is vegan cat food.
Oh my God. You know how expensive that probably was? That Karen's so crazy, she doesn't even care about the money. That stuff is pricey.
I'm sure. I didn't even know that there was vegan cat
food. I didn't either, but I assume it's pricey.
Guess who's also standing there, eyes wide, hands already reaching for the box? You guessed it, Karen. She's trying to throw the whole box of regular cat food into my trash. Like, just dispose of it like it's some kind of toxic waste.
Wait, is she throwing away her own cat food or this neighbor's cat food?
The neighbor's cat food.
Oh my God, Karen.
I step out and tell her to get off my property before I call the cops. This woman's standing on my porch trying to sabotage my cat's food, and I am not having it. She looks at me, scoffs, and again, with that condescending tone, says, "You're killing your cat, you know."
Oh my gosh.
So I call the cops on her, but she leaves before they can get there. You'd think that would have been the end, right? No.
Oh my Lord.
No.
Oh my Lanta.
Oh no. A couple days later, she knocks on my door again. And this time, she's got a list of demands. She says I owe her $50. $50 for the vegan food she claims I needed to buy, but she bought for me instead. I'm trying to process the absurdity of this, and suddenly, bam, she pushes past me into my house with a bag of vegan cat food again.
That's trespassing, first of all.
Yes, trespassing against the law. She drops it in front of my cat's bowl and then throws some into my cat's dish. The cat just stares at it like it's some foreign object.
I was going to say, that cat is like, no ma'am.
I figured I would just humor it for a second. Maybe my cat would give it a try. The cat did. Took a couple bites, and then bam, the cat bolts for the door, sprints outside like it just saw a ghost. I follow her out to the front yard, and she's throwing it up like she was been poisoned.
No.
And you know what Karen does? She stands there, hands on her hips, yelling, "Your cat will get used to it. She will actually like it."
Let somebody do that to my animals.
Right?
Let somebody do that to
they
my
obviously,
pets.
Whatever it was, did immediately was either that gross or didn't set well. Then, like it's the next logical step in her saving the world agenda, she tells me that she is going to take custody of my cat.
Oh my Lord. Someone needs to take custody of her.
That I'm not a fit cat parent because I refuse to feed my cat the vegan way. She tells me she'll take the cat, raise it in a vegan lifestyle, and that I'm destroying the poor creature's life by feeding it meat. And at that point, I'm about to lose my mind. I've had it. I mean, you do you, Karen. Be vegan, protest, educate people about veganism, sure. But don't you force it on others. Don't tell me how to raise my pets. I don't mind the vegan lifestyle if that's what you believe in. But you are starting to dictate how I should live and how I feed my pets. And that's where I draw the line. And you know what the craziest part of all of this is? The woman actually has the nerve to protest at the grocery store. I've seen her standing outside holding signs, lecturing people about their meat purchases. Like, okay, Karen, but hey, maybe chill out. Let's just let people make their own decisions.
Lady.
So yeah. That's Karen, the vegan crusader.
Oh my gosh.
Could you imagine?
No,
I would be so embarrassed.
Crazy.
Could you imagine me and her kids or her husband?
That's all I've been thinking about is those poor kids.
Yeah.
But also, this woman trespassed. This woman
and like fed
broke and entered
a cat. Like
that's almost assault on the pet.
Yeah.
You know,
this cat was like, absolutely not, and throwing it up.
Oh my gosh. Audacity was free.
The audacity was free.
God. Okay. Okay, office revenge on a Karen who didn't think my girlfriend's baking was up to par.
Oh.
My girlfriend is currently being her adorable self and baking in the kitchen. She's doing her thing with the hangover on in the background and her favorite giant bear hoodie on. I think today she's using Just Hood lemon bar recipe. If you don't know it, then check it out. Bloody delicious. Reminded me of this from a few years ago. My girlfriend and I worked for the same company in different areas on different floors. This was pre-COVID. Girlfriend loves baking and sharing more than eating the stuff herself. Also, big news for those that have read my previous posts, my girlfriend has moved in. Man, I am ecstatic.
Aww,
okay, yay for you.
Yay for you.
So happy. Girlfriend would bring in her goods maybe 3 times a week. The head of her department, Matt, got a little tin and made a little sign, something like, if you enjoyed a treat, please leave a contribution so girlfriend can keep baking. Then there was Karen.
Yeah, of course.
I go down to my girlfriend's floor one day to talk to someone, and the vibe is off. Girlfriend looks kinda withdrawn. People are buzzing. Matt looks furious. The treats are on Matt's desk. Turns out someone emptied the contribution tin and left a note saying the last few baked goods weren't up to par, so they'd emptied the tin as a form of refund for past contributions. Girlfriend had a hard night. Yeah. Took the money out of the tin.
That's stealing.
Yeah. It's theft.
We had some illegal activity with these Karens.
Some criminals.
Yes.
So girlfriend had a hard night. Thought about baking something gross as revenge. Got upset thinking maybe her baking really is crap and considered stopping altogether. I told her to consider stop giving them away for free. Next day, I'm called into a meeting. Most of upper management, client services, etc. We're talking about the baking and the note, and people were mad.
As they should be.
Yeah. I'd love to say it was because my girlfriend was universally adored, as she should be, but it was mostly the bullying and how the baked goods were free for our company, but great for our morale. Matt spoke to my girlfriend and basically said if she wanted to keep baking, he'd love it, and a few colleagues had decorated an empty desk on the 3rd floor specifically for people to share their baked goods, under a camera, near my team. Girlfriend is a professional, but man, she almost cracked when she saw the table. I'll try to find a picture.
Aww.
I know. The tin was replaced with a tiny padlock. Next time Karen appeared for a treat, a woman from my team jumped up and stopped her, telling her that they weren't up to par, and basically told her to F off. More people started baking, and Matt would share out the money contributions. A picture of the table full of amazing goodies even made it to our website for a while.
Oh, I love that.
I know. Karen ended up putting in a complaint about her entire floor. Apparently, every time she tried leading a training session, people started telling her that her teachings weren't up to par.
Oh, I could, yeah.
I would do that. She tried smoothing it over, not by apologizing, of course, but by bringing in a tray of cheap donuts with a stupid sign saying that no contribution was needed. These were actually good and free. Those donuts had exactly 2 taken. One by Karen and the other returned with 1 bite missing and a note that said not up to par. Matt even called their next team outing Who's Up to Par Tea.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they didn't let her live that down, it sounds like.
No.
Apparently, Karen started complaining that she was trying to inspire girlfriend to do better, that buying her own treats was way more expensive, and she needed the little treat to keep going some days. That now more people were baking, so really she'd inspired them. That she didn't know how to get past my team, who she couldn't insult and historically sucked up to. Karen tried demanding the snacks move back downstairs, but was told the note was deemed bullying and the downstairs canteen without cameras wasn't up to par. This went on until COVID hit. F Karen, and my girlfriend's baking is the tits.
Love it.
Edit. A few people in the comments have pointed out that I skipped over how everyone knew it was Karen. Karen was really open about having written the note, which of course she was, because she's Karen. Right.
No, she didn't.
No, you wasn't ready.
Talk about mamas. Okay.
Once the baking was a bigger thing, she even started saying that her note inspired my girlfriend and everyone else to do better. Like she should be thanked for being a Karen. Heifer never admitted to stealing the money, though, and I don't think anyone cared enough to go after her for it.
Ew.
So, week 9.
She sounds hideous.
Yes, she does. And it sounds like they were in England, because he said bloody delicious, and the dollar sign, it's euros. And yeah.
I'm so, like... I'm
that would
so
break
frustrated.
My heart. That would break my heart.
I literally was just talking to my staff yesterday and like asking them like, what can we do that will like help
Boost
with morale
Mm-hmm.
and like what would you like to see that would be fun? And they were like, Fridays, dirty sodas every time. It would hurt my feelings so much if they were like, ew, these dirty soda recipes are gross.
And like if you like, ask for like, don't, you know, if you want to contribute to the Friday fund, you know, throw it in here, and someone took that money and said, the sodas have been nasty and I'm paying myself for having to endure this.
That's,
just awful.
That doesn't make sense.
No, it's horrible. It's horrible.
Literally just stole money.
She's an ugly human. Mm-hmm. She sounds hideous.
She sounds hideous.
So that's crazy that we both picked 2 criminals without even knowing it.
Right? The theme, the criminal Karen.
There you go. That's the title this week, the criminal Karen. So,
yeah.
Well, I love that we got right to business today. You don't know when we're recording. It's evening time. If you can't tell, it's the day before the 4th of July. I'm rocking my America dress.
Yeah. When you watch this, it'll be like
August.
The
end of July.
Yeah. So
enjoy this little throwback to July 3rd.
Yeah.
So is there anything new and exciting? We want them to continue with the TikTok reposting challenge for the $50 gift card.
Check out our TikTok if you haven't. We have a video that I would say has went viral.
I would say
we'll talk more about it.
Yeah. Stay tuned for updates.
Yeah. And then let's see. Make sure on Facebook you're voting for.
Yes, we've got everything up to date.
Yeah. Make sure you're voting for each week of who you think the biggest Karen is.
And we'll throw out a couple.
My hair
of
looks
the winners.
like white in this light.
I know. I look like white in this light.
I got like some sun today. I think that did help with my mood. I was able to get in the pool and have some sun. So
that's good.
Yeah.
I was going to ask if we could jump in the pool tonight.
Yeah. Vitamin D.
Yeah, girl.
It? Yeah. Vitamin C is oranges. Yeah. I was like, wait, is it?
Yeah. Vitamin D is the sun in milk. And I don't partake in either of those. So I'm deficient, which honestly, I think a lot of people are deficient
as long
in
as
vitamin D.
It's milk products, right? Because like I don't really drink milk, but I do have like dairy.
I think it's you just have to look. I don't know.
Yeah, like cottage cheese and cheese and lots of cheese. I love cheese.
She loves cheese. Maybe that's the title. Cheese. Cheese Louise.
You're ridiculous. So I love it. Okay.
On that note, I'm Bianca.
And I'm Hannah.
And we are
Taking Back Sunday.
Cheese Louise.
Cheese Louise.
Less than feminine.
My lights aren't on.
Mine doesn't work. Mine's dead, so that's why I didn't turn yours on.
Oh, I'm
Unless
so sorry.
It wants to come on again.
Nope.
No, I meant to tell you. But
Nope.
I just
it just hit me and I was like, okay,
yeah,
so
no,
sorry.
We're just gonna be
okay.
A
Sorry.
hot mess
Say that
express
last
today.
sentence one more time.
No, that's okay.
I have worked.
I have lard. That's what it sounded like you said.
Oh my.
I swallowed my spit wrong.
Okay. You good?
Yeah.
A few minutes go by and she calls again.
Petunia just wants to make sure I'm okay.
All of our fellow, oh gosh, me. I'm not sure what I do. Or I'm sorry. I did know though that I wasn't about to be lectured by someone who thought cats could. I'm trying to process the absurdity of this, and suddenly, bam! She pusses.
She pusses. All right. Talk about cats.
I'm on the struggle bus with my words.
It's okay. Take a breath. Reminded me of this from a year. My gosh.